There are a lot of lessons that we can take from history to help us deal with the climate crisis today. But sometimes it's helpful to look even further back, much further back, like to the days of dinosaurs. Yep, we're talking prehistoric times. Hi, and welcome to this channel. Humans have only been around for about 300,000 years or so. So when it comes to global history, we haven't been here for very long. But our species has caused some major changes to the planet in that time. And a lot of those changes are driven by our burning of fossil fuels. During that time, there were no polar ice caps, and the average global temperature was about 9 degrees Celsius higher than it is now. That's led to an increase in global temperatures, rising sea levels, and less snow and ice in the Arctic. Just think about how a small group of friends can have an average age of 25, even if nobody is older than 30 or younger than 10. In the same way, the average temperature of the Earth's surface can be warmer without every location getting warmer. But these things aren't totally unprecedented. They've happened before. It is calculated by taking the average of all the temperatures measured at weather stations around the world at a specific time, usually about once every 10 minutes. And we know that because scientists have found glacial deposits in places like Antarctica, Greenland, and the Alps. What this tells us is that even though the global climate was warmer overall, it didn't prevent the formation of ice in certain places. And because this measurement is based on a global average, it can be higher while some local temperatures are lower. And understanding what caused them back then might help us figure out what to do about them now. For instance, we know that there was a period of rapid warming about 66 million years ago at the end of the Cretaceous period. Some places will warm faster than others. And as long as it's cold enough in some areas, we should still see snow and ice there. And who knows? Maybe one day we learn enough from history to avoid a future that's 66 million years in the past. It was a time of dramatic environmental change that ended with an asteroid slamming into Earth and wiping out the dinosaurs. To learn more about how you can support us, visit our support page. But research suggests that before the asteroid hit, there were already signs of serious trouble. The last few million years of the Cretaceous saw lots of volcanic activity in what is now the northwestern United States, and that created massive amounts of carbon dioxide and other gases that trap heat in Earth's atmosphere. The warming that resulted led to rising sea levels, ocean acidification, and less snow and ice in the Arctic, kind of like we're seeing today. There were still places that were cold enough to have glaciers and ice sheets. But the idea that a warmer climate can still have ice sheets might seem a little confusing. After all, if average global temperatures are higher, shouldn't it just be warmer everywhere? And back then, just like now, there was also a decline in snow and ice in the Arctic. And more recently, scientists have found evidence that 18 million years ago, during the early Eocene, the climate was much warmer than it is today. Now, it's important to remember that even though the overall global climate was warmer, it wasn't necessarily warmer everywhere. Well, not necessarily. See, global average temperature is just that, an average. And averages can be really deceiving. When scientists say that global average temperatures are rising, they're usually talking about a specific measurement called the global mean surface air temperature. But back to prehistoric ice sheets. Despite higher average global temperatures during the early Eocene, there were still areas where it was cold enough to form glaciers. And this is important because it means that even as global temperatures continue to rise, we might not see ice-free conditions everywhere at the same time. So while it might seem like we're entering totally uncharted territory, we can actually learn a lot from the past. Thank you for watching this episode. And thanks especially to our supporters who make it possible for all of us to learn about the past, present, and future of our planet.